Hi everyone. So the goal of this video is to explain my classroom and how it's a modern classroom. So what does a modern classroom look like? There's three major pillars that make it a little bit different from a usual classroom. One is flexible pacing. Two is blended learning, which means that there will be some assignments online and some assignments offline. And then mastery-based grading. I'll try to explain all three of these and make sure everyone understands how my classroom works. There are many benefits to a modern classroom. So the flexible pacing, I started this process last year. Almost every student liked the idea of the flexible pacing. There's also this facet of learning from others where you can go to someone who has already mastered something and maybe ask them questions or ask questions to a classmate who's working on the same lesson as you. There's no loss of learning if you are absent. All the must-do assignments will be posted to Google Classroom, and they'll all be in order so you can easily see what's next for you. And then ownership of your learning. There is some flexibility in terms of the pace, but at the end of the day, you have to be responsible for your learning, and the process kind of ensures that. So the general structure of a lesson is there's video with guided notes, there's some practice problems, and then there's a mastery check. Now the guided notes and practice problems and other assignments like that can be done almost anywhere. Those will be posted to the Google Classroom. I will have a few activities that we do in person, in class, and that's where the blended learning comes in. There are things that you can do online, but then there are some things that we'll do offline without using computers in class. The mastery check is a way for me to see if you've mastered the concepts of that lesson. That has to be done in class. Now, there are different types of assignments. There are must-do assignments. Those are the ones that you must do before taking the mastery check. They're essential for you in terms of understanding the topic. There'll be should-do assignments, ones that you should do if you really want to master the content and if you want to see some questions that would prepare you for the questions that are the hardest and really what I'm looking for my A students. And then aspire to do are assignments where if you're ahead of everyone else, it gives you an extra challenge, maybe something that is interesting. So here is a snapshot of what you might see when you go to Google Classroom. There's essential information, my syllabus, potential schedule, how my class works, a tracker of how you're doing in the class, and then some other useful information. And then each lesson will have different assignments. In this case, there's the guided notes here, and then some practice problems. Each lesson will be kind of coming in after this, lesson 2, lesson 3, lesson 4. But this is how it's structured on Google Classroom. So again, you can do these assignments almost anywhere. And then finally, grading is mastery-based grading, which means that you are graded on what knowledge and skills you've mastered. You're not graded on task completion or participation or anything like that. Those are essential to do well in my class. You must complete certain tasks before taking the mastery check, just like an athlete practices before they play in a game. But those are not things that are graded. Just like points you score in practice don't count towards the game, tasks like handouts and things like that aren't graded. What is graded is your ability to show me what you've learned after you've done those practice assignments. And so mastery checks will be done in my class. They can be done pretty much whenever you reach the end of a lesson. You must show me your must-do assignments before trying the mastery check. So keep your papers. Have a folder, have a binder, keep your notes and your practice problems in one place and bring them to class every day. And if you do poorly on a mastery check, you can fix your mistakes. You might have to go do another practice assignment, but then you'll have another chance to try the mastery check. Whatever grade you get the second time, assuming that it is a good grade, that's what really counts. And whatever grade you had before doesn't count. So that's pretty much a quick rundown of Modern Classroom. As you go to class, you'll start to see some of these things in place. And if you have any questions about the process, please ask. This video will be posted on Google Classroom, as well as all the essential information that I showed you in this video. That's already posted to the Google Classroom. So please check that out to make sure that you understand how this class works and how you're going to be graded. All right, thank you.